Hi, Assalamu alaikum, and good day, everyone. Today we are going to start with our first lesson for this semester. So we're going to touch on reading skills. The first reading skill or reading strategies that we're going to learn is about contextual clues. All right, let's take a look at the learning outcomes of today's lesson. By the end of this lesson, students should be able to use contextual clues to ascertain meanings of words and phrases.
Contextual clues. So, what is the meaning of contextual clues? Contextual clues is referring to surrounding words or phrases or sentences or ideas and events that help to guess the meaning of unfamiliar words. So, in other words, it's like you try to guess the meaning of one word that you don't really understand the meaning of that word. You try to guess the meaning by looking at the surrounding words, phrases, sentences, in order to get an idea of what that particular unfamiliar word really means. There are four types of contextual clues. The first one is through definition or synonym, second one through example, third one through contrast, and the last one through inference. So let's take a look at one by one. All right, the first one is through definition and synonym. So when you are unfamiliar with a certain word, sometimes you can try to guess the meaning by looking at the presence of definition or synonym that existed in the same context or the same sentence. For example, given here, the steadfastness and perseverance instilled by her mother helped build Tina's confidence and courage to deal with challenges. So the meaning of steadfastness is actually given in the same sentence, which is perseverance. The next one is through example. Sometimes, when you are not sure of the meaning of a certain word, you can try to look for the example given related to that word. For instance, in this example, perishable food such as meat, fish, and milk are easily damaged each time a power cut exceeds more than 2 hours. So you're not sure the meaning of perishable, but you can try to look at the examples. Examples of perishable food are meat, fish, and milk. So you can try to guess the meaning of perishable is referring to food which is decayable or easily spoiled. The third one is through contrast. For example, we have to remove obsolete computing equipment and replace them with newly purchased state of the art hardware. So, you're not sure the meaning of the word obsolete, but here it's given the contrast of obsolete is newly purchased state of the art hardware. So, I'm sure you know the meaning of new. So, you can try to guess the meaning of obsolete by looking at the contrasting meaning. So, here you can guess the meaning of obsolete is outdated or old fashioned. Last one is inference. Inference means you use something that you already know, something that you are already familiar with, in order to guess a new information. So it has something to do with predicting, okay, what will happen in the future, or what is the effect of something based on the thing that happened before that. Okay, so in this example, due to the increasing cases involving social demeanors among its students lately, the college has undertaken several initiatives to alleviate the problems. So let's focus on what we know. Now, we know that social demeanors is a problem, am I right? It's something which is negative. It is a problem. So when you have a problem, it is only natural for us to take several actions or initiatives in order to solve that problem. Am I right? So, in this context, the college has undertaken several initiatives to alleviate the problems. So, alleviate here, you can guess the meaning. It is to reduce, to lessen, or to diminish the problem of social demeanors just now. Okay, so here are a few tips in answering contextual clues questions in mid-sem tests. When you are required to answer contextual clues related question, make sure that you give only one word answer. Give only one word answer. And that one word answer must be in first, correct spelling, second, correct part of speech, third, correct tense, fourth, correct letter case. So it has to be in correct spelling, correct grammar, and correct letter case. If not, marks cannot be awarded even though the answer given is actually close enough. Let's try to look at some examples. Now, can you tell me why these answers are considered wrong? Okay, let's take a look at one by one. The first one, illness. What is the meaning of the word illness used in the passage, for example? Okay, the given word here is sick. Why is it wrong? Sick. It's wrong because it is a different part of speech. Illness is actually a noun. It is a noun. So the answer must also be in noun, must also be in the same part of speech. Here, sick is actually adjective. So, what is the answer? The answer should be sickness. The answer should be sickness instead of sick. Sick is adjective. Sickness is a noun. The second one, illness means the state of being sick. Why is it wrong? It's wrong because it is not a word, oh, sorry, it's not a one word answer. This is a phrase, okay? A phrase. A phrase is not generally allowed to be given or be considered as the answer. The third one, why is it wrong? If, let's say, students give this kind of answer, sick or ailment or disorder, lecturer or examiner will only look at the first answer. If the first answer is correct, then the rest of the answer is correct. If the first answer is wrong, then even though you have the correct answer later on, it is still regarded as wrong. So in this case, sick is already wrong. That's why the whole answer is not the subject. Second one, drastic. Why is the word extreme there not considered as correct? It's not correct because of the wrong spelling. Extreme is supposed to be EXTREME. Next one, linked. Why is the word associate is considered wrong? It's wrong because it is in the wrong tense. Linked is past tense. So the answer should also be in past tense. So the answer should be associated. Associated. Last one, abrupt. Why is the word sudden there considered wrong? It's considered wrong because it is in the wrong letter case. It's supposed to be capital S. Capital S. Now, for this one, we have mixed up opinion. Sometimes the lecturers prefer us to just accept regardless of the letter case, but sometimes the situation needed for us to be slightly rigid in terms of marking. So just to be on the safe side, I'm just telling you to be sensitive with the letter case and be careful with the letter case. So here is the correct answer. Illness is with sickness, drastic, extreme, correct spelling, linked, associated, correct tense, and abrupt. S is capital S. Yeah. So also when you choose the answer or choose the meaning for the word given, always try to check your answer by putting it in the passage. So replace the word or the answer in the passage and then try to figure out whether the answer makes sense in total. Is it suitable? Because sometimes the answers are not usually suitable with the passage. Let me give you an example. Imagine a sentence that sounds like, we need to embrace changes. We need to embrace changes. So if you look at the surface meaning of embrace in dictionary, for example, embrace could mean hug, okay, hug. But can you really use hug in the passage? We need to hug changes. So see, it's not suitable. So that's why you need to check your answer by putting it in the passage.
So that's the end of today's lesson. I hope that you learned something today, especially on contextual clues, which is you try to guess the meaning of an unfamiliar word by looking at the surrounding or the overall context. Okay, and make sure you complete the activities that I gave you today. And hope to see you around and see you in the next class. Bye.